Welcome into the Built-in Buffalo halftime show. The Bills trail the Miami Dolphins by a score of 14-7. And I will just say, starting off right now, thank God the Titans won. Because as annoyed as we all are right now, compound that by about 20,000. And that's how we'd be feeling sitting right here, right now, if the Bills' season was on the line. So let's all take a moment to appreciate once again the Tennessee Titans for saving us what would be an absolutely miserable experience right now. As it turns out, this experience isn't all that good. The Bills continue to shoot themselves in the foot, and I don't understand what Josh Allen is thinking on some of these plays. Now, look, the last play of the half, let's just talk about what just happened. Ty Johnson tackled at the 1 yard line. You could see it coming a mile away when McDermott burned the last time out with a minute left when the offense should have just spiked it. Incredibly unfortunate. But the most frustrating part here is the missed opportunities for the Bills and the situation that the Dolphins are taking advantage of. The very first drive of the game, the Bills are going through the Dolphins like a hot knife through butter, and they throw an interception in the end zone. Just an unbelievably inexplicable interception by Josh Allen. He and Gabe Davis are not on the same page again. And unfortunately, Josh Allen throws an interception. The second interception, you can kind of live with the interception because it's 4th and 2. The Dolphins are in his face. They're all chasing him down. It's 4th down. You got to throw it up there. But what happens right before the interception is what you can't live with. Dalton Kincaid is wide open in the flat. That's the first read. That's the design of the play. That's an easy first down. And the Bills give away points 2 drives in a row. Now the Dolphins get the ball back. The Bills get them to 3rd and 14, and they convert on a play to Tyreek Hill that we've seen the Dolphins run, 20 times a game? Who didn't see that play coming? Chris Collinsworth called it out as an announcer 5 seconds before it even happened. So now the Bills are trailing 14-7. And I think if you want to take some good from this first half, which is going to be tricky, it's been frustrating. The good for the first half is the Bills are having absolutely no problem moving the ball on these Miami Dolphins. It's self-inflicted wounds left and right. Interception in the end zone, not taking an easy pitch and catch with Kincaid that would move the chains. Mismanaging the clock at the end there, not having timeouts, and then throwing the ball short of the goal line and relying on Johnson to get in. So, the Bills could easily have 14 more points here if they were just smarter with the ball. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And the biggest advantage the Bills had coming into this game was health. And unfortunately, as this game has played out, that advantage has not stayed that way, as the Bills have seen Gabe Davis go down. They have seen Tyrell Dodson go down. And the biggest one, Rasul Douglas, left with a knee injury. All 3 of those players are questionable to return. None of them have returned at this point in time. Now, look, if you want to project forward, the biggest loss there, in my opinion, by far, is Rasul Douglas. He has stabilized this secondary. He has stabilized this defense, and he gives the Bills a very high impact level of cornerback play. And then when you add in Taron Johnson, gives them a very strong secondary. Just imagine now the way this game is looking. If the Bills go on to lose this game next week, not having Rasul Douglas and inserting Jalen Waddle in for the Dolphins. That's why this game is still a must-win for the Bills. Now, is it theoretically a must-win? Is it literally a must-win? No, because the Bills have a game next week. They're either going to be in Miami as the 7 seed taking on the AFC East champion Dolphins, gag me, or they're going to be at home as the 2 seed taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who won't have TJ Watt. So you want that advantage of playing in Buffalo, being the 2 seed, getting the home game. But the biggest issue right now for the Bills is, 1, they can't stop turning the ball over. They can't stop making easy mistakes. 2, the defense right now doesn't seem to have a lot of answers for what the Dolphins are doing in the running game. Devon Achane is doing everything he wants to do against them. And what is happening now is that is exposing the Bills in the passing game. Linebackers and safeties are having to overcompensate for the running lanes, and you're seeing some easy pitch and catch. And then when Rasul Douglas goes out and Dane Jackson comes in and Tyrell Dodson goes out and Balin Spector comes in, you're losing athleticism, you're losing awareness, and it all leads to pretty easy offense for the Miami Dolphins. So only a 7-point game. Bills get the ball at half. And nothing we have seen so far from the Dolphins defense tells me that the Bills will have any trouble moving the ball on them in the second half. It's can they finish these drives? Let's see what's going on in chat. We have Tom saying, boys need to step it up. This is terrible. I agree, Tom. Right now, Josh Allen needs to step it up. His mistakes, I'm putting that last play on him too. Unless you're absolutely positive that Johnson can get in the end zone, you can't make that throw. And you know what? I haven't even mentioned this yet. Let's go ahead and get this out there. Christopher Cook, why? James Cook. I love James Cook. I love what he brings to this offense, both as a runner and as a threat in the passing game. But now this is now twice this season. We have seen a touchdown pass, a beautiful throw from Josh Allen just go right through his hands. And you can't have it. You have to make that play for your quarterback who's scrambling around and puts it right there for you to catch. It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate here. Good grief. We are going to win or what? I don't know at this point in time. I think the Bills are still very much in this game. I do expect points in the second half on both sides. Unfortunately, I hopefully Rasul Douglas can come back in this game. At the very least, hopefully he can come back by next week. Tyrell Dodson, better player than Balin Spector. And who else are we? Gabe Davis. Trent Sherfield's playing well. So the Davis injury isn't as big of a deal. Let's see here. Carlucci says, we're losing this game. Our secondary is shot. Well, the secondary is looking leaky. I mean, you take the best player out of the secondary, which I think Rasul Douglas is. It gets tough. But for now, it's still 14-7. And I will tell you, the problem the Dolphins have faced, it happened the first time they played the Bills, is as the game goes on, their offense tends to slow down because they are a very diverse offense. They get you with eye candy, but as the game goes on, it tends to slow down for the defense. The problem is the Bills keep losing guys on defense. They're not getting these reps to put in the old memory bank. Let's see what Costa has to say. Davis' injury is a blessing. Give me more, Shakir. I understand where you're coming from for sure. Davis has been inconsistent. I do put the first interception on Josh Allen, but Gabe Davis has just not been a playmaker for this team for really the better part of the last 2 years since he has become that every down starter for the Bills, taking over for John Brown and Emmanuel Sanders. Let's see here. Joe English, Dane Jackson has a target on his back there. Boy, you are not kidding, Joe. And unlike Rasul Douglas, who can absolutely make you pay for throwing his way, there's no fear of throwing at Dane Jackson. He plays far back. He gives you plenty of space. And it's going to be tough. And here's the reality. Tonight's easier than next week if the Bills play the Dolphins, because next week they should get back Jalen Waddle. They might get back Raheem Mostert, which could be a good thing because holy cow, Achane is really good. They might get back Howard. I know Eli Apple has an interception. I know Eli Apple made a tackle at the end of the half. I know I am fully aware of how annoying that is given Eli Apple's history with the Buffalo Bills, but we can all agree that Howard is a much better player than Eli Apple. And then you mix all that in with the fact that Rasul Douglas may not be out there next week. It gets this game starts to feel like a must win. It really does. Let's see what else we got here. Kebby says Jackson is ass. Well, Jackson's is what he is at this point. He's a depth cornerback with starting experience. And when you have a player that's a Pro Bowl level player like Rasul Douglas who leaves the game, you're going to feel a drop off. Now, to the Miami Dolphins' credit, they have a Pro Bowl level cornerback who is missing this game. And so far, so good for them. Now, look, those are mistakes that the Bills have made, but they're capitalizing on those mistakes. We'll see if the Bills. Rick Carroll, I think, has the point of the half right here is this game was always going to be about Josh Allen taking profits. When you look at how Vic Fangio has played defense historically in his career, it's always been too high and make you go through their defense with long drives where you execute. And if Josh Allen takes the checkdowns, takes the profits, takes the plays that are there really is not a path for the Dolphins to stop the Bills unless they make mistakes. They are just too shorthanded, and the Bills have too many weapons right now. The problem is Josh Allen got aggressive on the Gabe Davis play when he should have just eaten it. They called a perfect blitz. The Dolphins won that play. I know it's frustrating because it's third down. Throw it out of the back of the end zone and take your points. The second time, 4th and 2, throw it to Kincaid. He's open. That's the design of the play. Trust the design of the play. But he didn't trust what he saw. He bails out of the pocket and tries to make something up on the schoolyard. 3 Dolphins in his face, has to throw up a Hail Mary ball in the end zone. Kind of a good thing it was intercepted because it ended up saving the Bills about 15 yards of field position. Jorge says there is no path for the fish to stop the Bills, but we can't stop them either. Well, I mean, it is 14-7, so it's not like it's 28-28. But, the Bills defense has certainly gotten worse as this game has gone on. But the problem is the points the Bills have given away. I mean, 7 points easily on that last drive. James Cook dropping the touchdown pass, Johnson falling down at the 1-inch line. There's 7 points right there. The field goal on the first drive. 4th and 2, you lose a 4th and 2 play because you make a bad read, whatever. That's the risk reward of going for it. I guess you can kind of live with that. And then the Dolphins' first touchdown drive is sparked by a 3rd and 14 conversion. It's frustrating. The Bills are living on the edges and they're losing on the edges right now. But I still think the Bills are the better team tonight. And I still think the Bills have a shot to win this game. So, I say this every week when the Bills get the ball coming out of the second half. It's important for them to come out in the second half, do something with that first possession. Touchdown would be huge, but just get points. Let the defense settle down. We'll see who's out there for the defense. Hopefully Douglas is back. We shall see. Kevy says, if we lose, I'm sick and tired of hearing the same old Allen press conference saying he has to get better. Well, brace yourself because he will be saying he has to get better. Christopher says, let's roll second half. And who's going to get the last word in tonight? We are going to give it to Anthony, who posted this earlier. The Bills should be scoring in every possession. If we took field goals on the other drives, we're up 16-14. You are correct, Anthony. I agree with you 100%. The Bills need to be smart down stretch. And I think they will probably be fine in this game. I still expect the defense to have some answers for the Dolphins. I don't expect it to be as easy as it looked in the last couple of drives. Offense, play smart. Defense, make your plays. Rasul Douglas, Tyrell Dotson, Gabe Davis, please get healthy. I am Josh McCarty. I will see you next week on the Built in Buffalo halftime show. Luca and I have Bills chat coming up tomorrow morning. Post-game show breaking down everything from this Bills-Dolphins game. Look for it everywhere you find your podcasts. And Cole, let's fucking go, Bills. I am with you. Let's go, Bills. Get this done. Let's be the 2 seed. Let's play the Pittsburgh Steelers at home in the snow next week and see what they have for the Bills. Talk to you guys next week on the Built in Buffalo halftime show for a playoff game, hopefully in Buffalo.